What up, what up, what up? Bankroll Tim bedded up. Shop update. Shop update. Bolanos for this box Chevy. Got these billets right here for this 73 Dunk. Like I said, the white El Camino from Streetcar Headquarters, Crown Point, Indiana. And I'm all the way out here in Plainfield, Illinois. So about a 2-hour ride. So there was no sense in sending the tow truck all the way out here to pick up the El Camino empty. So they brought me this 73 to put those on. The front already has coilovers, control arms, all that, everything's there. The rear end just needs to be narrowed. Coilovers, control arms, Willwood brakes. So I'm gonna set all that up on this one. But this, man, I'm telling you, I trip on so much shit. I'm gonna bust my ass. This one, like I said, all these rear ends, got the 96 Impala SS rear end right there, is going in this one. That 7.5 coming out, going in scrap. That's what the deal is with this car, but at the same time, I'm working on this other shit. So I got the rear end right here for the 81. I'm gonna be able to fab this up in the next couple days. Got the cross member to put in there too. So I'm caught up with all the other shit that I needed to be caught up with. Like I said, the Bonneville is outside. I pull it in and out every night, boom, until I can get it done. But this one's gonna be a few weeks anyways. So that rear end for the white one. This one I just finished. So this is a 96 Impala SS rear end, which is out of a 96 Impala SS. I went in 2 3/4 shorter on each side. Was able to leave the box on it. I just had to trim the lower mount a little bit so that way you could get to putting the calipers on there. I had calipers here to test fit so I could make sure it would go on there. So I cut the little corner right off right there of lower box. There's still plenty of material there. Boom. His rotors, 3-inch, 1/2-inch screw-in studs, Loctite it in. I got 2 lug nuts on each side, boom, to hold the rotors on, and so that way he knows to get that lug nut. This guy is from Indiana too, which is right around the corner from Crown Point, Indiana, I don't know, somewhere out there. So he brought me the rear end a couple weeks ago, a month ago, whatever it was. Boom, got it done so we can get out of here. He's coming to pick it up. He should be here an hour or 2. Like I said, I'm always in the shop late. I had to go out and pick up another set of Moser axles, which yes, this one did get Moser axles, as you guys can see. This one, I originally had some axles that I had reconditioned, whatever. So my axle guy, here it is right here, had them shortened, re-splined back to 30, drilled 5-inch and 4 3/4 on it. Everything was good. These went in a little tight, so it caused a little bit of problem. But the biggest thing is we're gonna go shorter. So this was that one a couple weeks back that I did. So the axles were kind of stuck in there, so we fucked these backing plates up, but I got another set of backing plates over there. The gear and everything's out because he took the center section and warrantied it. The center section was chinging through the axle. It like never gave it the little slip that it needed to when it was turning. So it was like ching, 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 ching. So he warrantied that through Amazon, which was cool as shit. So he's coming back with that tonight, but we're taking another 1/2 inch off of it. So I got to cut it. I'm gonna get it all marked up, which as you can see, I got it marked where I'm gonna measure in between. I'm gonna measure the new axle, which is right here. Boom, brand new motors. Measure this one, measure that one, and see the exact difference. This one, when I was done, I had to shim the backing plate so the caliper would go on. And it was kind of messed up that I had to shim it here for the caliper to go on, because from here to here is the exact length on both sides. So I didn't screw up on my measurement. So I was thinking maybe the axle was off a little bit or something. But anyways, so this side, once I see the difference between that axle and that axle, I'm gonna make my mind up what I'm gonna do here for the narrow, for the other what I say, another half inch out of here. So I'll figure out where I'm gonna do it, boom, figure out the difference in that, if it still comes up the same. But yeah, Gonzalez Cutlass still up there. The oldest car that I've had, and of course you can see why. That's all garbage. Never got a chance to put the brake lines on the front of this one yet. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I keep running into little stupid problems. This rear end right here, the bearing kit that we ended up getting for it, because it is a True Track posi, it takes a bigger bearing. Well, I got the bigger bearing set thinking it was the right one because it fit on the center section. Well, it ended up not fitting inside the housing. So I'd already pressed the bearings on the center section, shit like that. So then I had to go buy 2 of these bearing press pullers. And I figured out a way of doing it to pull the bearings back off. Yeah, the bearings are a little bent, which I'm not gonna use. But now I went and got the right bearings for that. And then I was able to press it all back together, boom, put it in there, set the backlash, all that. Like I said, 373 gear, True Track posi, all new bearings, bearings and seals on the outside. I got the gear loop sitting here that I got to put in it yet. So I painted it last night, wanted it to dry. I put the cover on it, and I never use a gasket. Every time you use a gasket, I see tons of people, they'll put gasket maker on one side of the gasket, not on the other side. I've seen people put it together with a gasket, without silicone on there, RTV, whatever, and they leak. When I do it, I grind the housing and I grind the pan, so that way it got grooves on both sides, you know, scuffed, ground, whatever. Then I put the silicone on there, I'll set the bolts in, and I leave a little bit of gap, and I move it back and forth to the silicone, black RTV, whatever, gets real sticky and gooey. And then I put it on, seal it up, and I wait until the next day to put the lube in it, and I most of the time don't have them leak. See, I could have said that they never leak, but no, most of the time they never leak. But this one, I'm gonna narrow this thing up, boom. This is that blue Grand Prix, Elliott Collins. This is his rear end in that car. When he got it up underneath there, the chin, but then we noticed, you know, it just needed to be a little bit narrower. I didn't have the car or the wheel when we did this. I went off of basic measurements and this and that, and knowing what a G-body is and knowing what the full size is, because like I said, this housing is a full size. I think this was originally a dunk housing. But to go in a G-body, the upper ear location's in a different spot, but I told them the right arms to get to fit that. Which is, what was it, the A-body? A-body arms is the arms that you use when doing that. But the bottoms line right up, all that, which this one, you know, got the adjustable boxes, all that on there. But yeah, that's coming off, that's coming off. The rear end's been sitting here for a minute, so it got dirty again. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more. When I'm done with it, I'll paint it up. So yeah, that's what's going on in the shop. The shop is a mess. I've been trying to clean it as I go. I did move my car off the wall, and I put the wheels, my big wheels over there, my monster truck wheels for the Trailblazer. Put those over there so they're out of the way. I got my 2s and 4s that kind of go on this or whatever. I got the 6s for Donzel's car over there. We cleaned them all, put them over there. Try to keep them somewhat clean, out the way. Obviously, the leather pieces on my car to keep my windows from getting burnt out from grinding and stuff like that. But keep cleaning it off, but it just keeps getting dirtier and dirtier. So yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's going on up in the shop. I really need to focus on, I'm able to focus on the 81 now with everything I got going on. I really wanted to get the cross member in that set up, but I got to get this rear end out of here, get that rear end picked up, and this 12 bolt right here from Wisconsin. I got to get this on the bench. So I'm going to do that one, get it done, boom. Put this one, the 12 bolt, on the bench, and that one, like I said, I got to cut all the buckets off of it, the mounts, all that shit off of it. Narrow it. The axles are already done. They were motor axles to begin with. Sent them out, had them cut down 2 more inches, re-splined, boom, as you can see. Boom. So they're gonna go right back in that, but I'm gonna take another 2 inches. Somebody had already shorted it like an inch. This was out of a box Chevy or something like that, or no, 12 bolt A-body. And they bolted it in a Malibu G-body, but they only took like an inch off each side. So the wheel was like right with the lip. So let's say his back wheel was like, you know, right with the lip, and he wanted it under more. So we figured out 2 inches more on each side, and he's already frame notched. I'm not sure if he's main topped. Excuse me. But all right, y'all, that's it. I just wanted to, you know, try to keep y'all updated on what's going on. I know I've been putting up the longer videos and older stuff. You know, there's times that nobody watches the videos all the way through. And again, I'm not trying to make $1 million off of YouTube, but I'm trying to make, you know, a couple different incomes so that way I can make everything easier. So that way I can get focused on one car at a time. Like right now with everything, if I had this car come in one at a time, I'd have this car on the lift and already had the rear end ripped out of it and all that. You know, I'd already ordered the posi, already ordered the gear, stuff like that. So, which I do have to still order that. And I got to figure out what size gear he said he wanted, which full deposit hasn't been given yet, but that's okay. We're working on all that. We're gonna get it figured out. But I said in the door it was gonna take a couple weeks, so everybody knows. But I gotta get this man's car. Man, he's such a good guy. I gotta get him done. It's like there is a lot of work there because I gotta tub it and I gotta frame notch it, but I can't frame notch until I frame brace it, and I gotta do a lot more bracing to it because the frame has to be thin. I know I've said that before, but a lot of work there. But like I said, I gotta do these in and out stuff to keep everything paid, and I'm caught up pretty good right now, and I know that I said that. Hopefully, you know, everything keeps going that way. But all right, y'all, I'm just gonna, you know, babble, ramble, rant. Bankroll Tim, appreciate y'all, and I'm out.